The Lost and Found is back. We are here for game 2 of RLS versus Jar. And I'm once again making the same mistake by not closing the stream before we start. But I'm still here, joined here by Raptor. How you doing today?
Good, good. I really enjoyed that last game. It was fun. Once again, you can, no matter the comp, you can't count out a Jeff God team. It's just always has the potential to pop off, and now I'm gonna see if they're gonna pop off a game too.
We definitely both had our suspicions regarding the comp, but we saw the win condition, how they were able to work it out. I mean, if you lane that well, I mean, you're gonna have a good shot to win any game. Jeff God played really well, and so did I'm Soloing. Which, by the way, after the game, I did manage to go through my echo chamber to learn how to read names properly. So we're gonna have that worked out for this one, as we wait for what's gonna be the first pick for the side of RLS.
Yeah, the Zed is gone now. Jinx now going over to RLS. It is the first pick again. So we'll see. Will Beanjar answer it with Varus?
Yeah, massive Jinx priority. Being first pick 2 times in a row. I mean, she is counterable. There's are good lanes into her. I'm really interested to see what RLS is going to choose to pair her with. Because she does have really good pairs.
Oh, no.
If you're going to go for as this could just be the Zeri Lulu. They're not going to do this in FOF, Ari.
Oh, I hope it's not Zeri Yumi. I really hope not.
Zeri Yumi or Zeri Lulu?
Either of them sound like a form of cancer that should be expunged from the league.
Actually, right, chemotherapy coming next season.
Yeah, we're gonna need to get what's that medicine that's anti-malaria if they pick the Yumi. They don't though. It's the Ashe. Okay, that's exciting. I like seeing Ashe.
Yep, really strong 2v2 lane, provided you do not get ganked, which is always the hesitation with these type of lanes. But Ashe, with that Imperial mana, is still good. Riot has not touched that in a while, so they're already kind of setting up to punish the Jinx and make this early lane as hard as possible for the side of Music Boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough one. It's very difficult to play around an Ashe arrow. Even at point blank, it's long enough that you could quickly finish off the Jinx. But I like the Jarvan pick. I think Jarvan's in a solid spot right now. I think he's one of the strongest junglers in solo queue right now, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He is extremely strong in solo queue. Which his R has always been good in solo queue, as long as he doesn't get run over in the early game, which used to be his problem. He's very vulnerable to invades.
Let's go.
Milo has come out for the next game. I'm gonna let you take this one.
Yeah, oh yeah, Milio is here. This is actually really good, especially into the Ashe. Doesn't matter if she hits the ult arrow now. As long as it doesn't hit Milio, he can just ult and Jinx is free. So if Jinx takes cleanse, it's a double cleanse basically. So you're never gonna be able to really lock down the Jinx. Plus the extended range from the W is going to make Zeri's life a living hell. Jinx with rockets and with the extended, I think it's like 50 range, is just going to just get nuked every time out of lane. So I'm hyped. I love seeing Milio. I don't know. I haven't been able to watch the games earlier today. Did Milio get played in the earlier series?
I was still trapped in the gulag, but this is his first pick of the day from what I'm hearing. So and if I can do math correctly, the lethal tempo proc Jinx already has one of the longest auto ranges of any champion, plus the Milio range. You can hit close to 800 range, which is usually only like Senna levels of range with massive stacks.
Yeah, so this is, I have had to confirm, this is now the first Milio in FOF. So very hyped. Very hyped to see. I mean, the Volibears also came out for the side of Beanjar, so I forgot to mention that. I'm just so hyped to see the new support. I've played him a few games. First timed him in ranked. It went very well, very well. He's super simple to pilot, super simple to understand, and I am interested to see how this game goes and how Meeps pilots this champion.
Wait, did you play him before or after the hotfix?
I think it was after, because it was a few days after he came out.
Okay. When he first came out, oh, good lord, this champion was ridiculous.
I still think he is. I think people underestimate the shield and the heal, especially that you can just sit there in the heal and just, it doesn't take a super massive amount of mana. So you can, especially if you take like Mana Flow Band, which I'm always a recommender for, especially if you are a support, take Mana Flow Band. Take the free mana regen, take the bonus mana, sit there and just be happy with your heals. Ari coming out though for Beanjar, so they are looking to maybe get picks this game. I think the goal, if I was Beanjar, the goal of my thing would not be to target Music Boy, but to target Meeps. Because the one thing you need to know about Milio is his ult, he can't activate the cleanse if he is stunned.
Yep.
So you need to just kill Milio. That's the name of the game. And now you've got the Shen. Okay, so this is going for a protect to the Jinx comp. This is the protect the AD carry comp. They're putting all their eggs in that basket. The Silas, though, will be really good to have, especially, you know, you take the Volibear ult, take the Ashe ult, take the Ahri ult for like more mobility. You can set up some good plays, especially with the Ashe ult, because, you know, Ashe isn't going to be building a lot of AD, so there's like a scale a lot with it. But, you know, throw an Ashe ult, does a third of someone's health because you're building full AP. It'd be pretty painful across the map.
AP ratios on every ultimate that's not named Fiora, so crazy.
Yeah.
People forget the Zeri ultimate has an incredibly high amount of AP ratio on that burst that comes out right when you use it.
Well, he also converts AD ratios to AP.
Yeah, but it's a reduced amount for most champions.
Yeah, but still though, like a lot of it is less about like the scaling and more of the utility. In this case, like, you know, for the Ashe, like you're gonna have better scaling, so you'll do some damage with the arrow. But it's really just about like, are there good ultimates that you can use for team fights? And Ashe arrows especially are just fantastic because you can just set up long range snipes whenever, wherever. With the Ahri, you can even just, especially when you get to like level 16, you know, you have that really low cooldown. You steal Ahri ult, you quickly dash around to get to Ashe, take her ult, or like get into a better position, grab the Ashe ult, and just quickly snipe a good engage. A lot of potential. I think Beanjar's strongest point is going to be top lane because of the Fiora. Though, I mean, the Shen does have the auto, like, you know, the auto nullification on the W. It's still not up all the time, so it's going to give Jaffe lots of time to just sit there and poke on this almost point blank range Shen, who you do not want to taunt, because if you have that, you know, that
riposte.
Yeah, the point. If you have the point on your back, which is usually where it always seems to end up, at least whenever I see Fiora, you dash through. Cool. Now you've just taunted her to hit that weak spot. So I think that's going to be the strongest point for Beanjar.
It actually has a pattern of how it works.
Does it?
The vitals. Yeah, it has a pattern. They function in a pattern format. I believe it's like right, front, back, left. If I recall correctly, there's a high elo Fiora guy who goes over it all the time. But I mean, Shen is one of the easier matchups for Fiora. It's basically a free lane for her. I expect Jaffe to go for a call and kind of farm it out. But she's also extremely hard to gank in this matchup, because if you layer the taunt with the W, you can easily get double stun, because the EQ is extremely easy to riposte as you go in.
Yeah, that's true. I still think it is going to be, you know, I like. He's not, Broccoli isn't playing for winning the lane. He's just playing to survive and get into a position where he can ult Music Boy. So, like, there's nothing Fiora can do to stop him. Like, Riposte isn't going to stop the Shen ult. It's only CC'd if you use CC in the first place. So, I think that it's, like, there's not really much they can do to stop him. Oh, but he's
I'm following. Not going to get the flash out. Doesn't elect to go for it. I mean, but also one of the important things is I really don't like Shen against split pushers. Fiora melts towers, getting even like a little bit of time on him. So that's also important to note, to see how much play gold Jaffe is able to grab if there is an early Shen ultimate towards this bot side or this mid.
Yeah, but that just means that Jaffe's gonna need to get really far ahead. But here comes Swifty.
Oh, Spirit Refuge is down. Stun is gonna land. Swifty is gonna force the flash away. Well done on that first gank. As soon as that Spirit Refuge is down, a lot of the survivability, as I'm soloing, is going to get ganked for a second time. Goongain is going to land it, forcing the flash out of the Ahri. Well done for the side of Mr. Cave.
That's pretty good. I mean, Ahri's is not going to have her ult for a little bit, so it's going to mean that... Well, actually, if she gets it up quick enough before flash spawns, like, they may be able to just come back for another gank and force it out of her if they're not going for the kill. So they can keep her from roaming. So it's actually could get them set up for some good laning later on. Though good gank in the top side. They got the flash out on Broccoli. So that will be good, though he still has the dash. A little bit harder to really lock him down. Dax looking for a gank here? No, he's just going to farm. No, Camp's here to farm. So
yeah, he's a level 4, a level 3, so 2 camps away. Not really enough HP to try to go for a straight up dive. Although there is a lot of damage that could land, but unless you're going to instantly one-shot the Ashe, you need to pray that you don't give a trade kill over to Jeff God onto this Zeri. She just does too much damage in the later stages. Don't want to give her that accelerate.
I think Milio enables diving really well. While he himself can't dive, he does have 2 shields. His E has two charges, so he can definitely shield. He can drop the W to give the heal. And if he gives the heal, also you get the extended range on a Jarvan, so the passive can proc from further. So there is a potential for them to dive and to come out pretty safely with it. Those shields do recharge pretty fast too. The bubble can also kind of set up Jarvan very well if you time it right. So there is potential pre-level 4. And even like if he's like not in the best position, there's still potential there. I mean, outside of Jeff God, there like Moxus doesn't have any mobility. So you could just keep ganking Moxus and just picking up free kills on him whenever you want. So there's an opportunity there.
I mean, the main issue would just be that there's no ignite, so there's no extra damage that would come through as they're going to afford dash use. Stun's going to land, unable to get the traps though, so Jeff God's going to be able to walk it out. But good bubble from the side of Anthro needs to get that stun and knockback. I have no idea how the Q works, so.
Okay, so how the Q works is that it travels and it's just a normal skill shot until it hits something. If it hits something, like so you see there, it just does nothing. But if it hits something, it bounces over and does an AoE damage, and whatever it hits is knocked back, whether that's a champion or someone else, and it's like a, I don't know, like a half-second stun. So you just, the objective is just to hit someone with it and knock them back, or if you want to poke with it, just hit a minion and bounce it over them. It has a pretty big AoE, I would say, for what it is. Once it hits something.
Is it low cooldown?
Yeah, it's pretty low. It's not spammable, but like you can use it. Like you can use it enough. Like I would just throw Qs out, even if you fish and miss it, it'll be up again shortly after.
Okay, so it does have fishing range. Okay, that was my main question.
Yeah, you can fish with it.
All right, so Gooncave is going to get that Q2 landing on him. A lot of early damage. This lane is frozen and pushing into I'm Soloing, so good wave state for the side of I'm Soloing, being able to play around the lack of flash, and has once again built up a pretty big CS advantage, which is expected in this range versus melee matchup.
Yeah, I think so. Ooh, Soloing.
Yep, yeah. Charm landing, ultimate forced out from the side of I'm Soloing, though. Gonna dash back. Dax is gonna pick up that level 5, put him in significantly less danger.
Yeah. Well, like we were saying earlier, the flash goes down, so come back for the gank before it comes back up, and boom, now you force out the ultimate. Now Ari doesn't really get, no matter even if she pushes the lane in, she's not going to get to roam because she doesn't have that ultimate to help enable her. So I think they're just going to keep doing this. Next time that when the flash is up, they're just going to gank again, force it again, then just keep rotating through between that and the ultimate for the rest of this laning phase, and just keep Ari locked in here. Keep her from really enabling her lanes, getting them ahead. She is trying to roam down right now. It looks like, or at least get a ward out. But still a bit of a struggle. Ooh, they are going down, though. They're looking for this flank on the bottom side.
Yeah, no ultimate from side of Ari, and Music Boy and Armstrong Meets do see them now. They'll be able to walk out nice and safely. Going to have to do a full walkout. They will be spotted on this ward, so you'll be able to see that they have gotten away. As the Squire's Bloom is there, not going to elect to go for it.
Yeah.
But a really big time usage for the side of I'm Soloing and Swifty.
Yeah, and like I said, he doesn't have the ultimate, so if he had, he maybe have been able to go over the wall. Jeff God could have dashed over, maybe they could have 2v2'd in that situation. But without the ultimate, once you realize they're not there and that you've wasted all that time, you have no way to really like make anything out of it. So a lot of time wasted, giving a lot of time for
pushing back out.
Swifty is still
gonna
here.
Be behind them. Music Boy's gonna get stunned up. The root's gonna be there so much damage, forced to flash away. Milo is stunned up and is gonna die as Meeps is barely there. Good Shen ultimate. Jeff God taking the tower, and the first blood does come through eventually. As the chase is still on, ultimate's gonna come through. Violet's gonna grab one. If Broccoli dies, this will be massive. I'm not gonna let it continue to die, but 2 kills being grabbed over to his bot side.
So RLS was free there. They were completely free. Once the ult came in onto Meeps, it was guaranteed he wasn't going to die. They were free. He's going to decide to walk back in and just die and set up for Meeps to die as well. Like just staying too long, like we were saying earlier, it seems like there's just like a miscommunication. Like we saw it in the last game with RLS, and we're seeing it still here. That feels like there's a miscommunication between the players, and like, hey, we're going in. Hey, we're backing out. Hey, we're doing things. And it's once again costing them. It's costing Music Boy. It cost him his life. It cost Meeps his life, unfortunately, too. And now, I mean, at least thankfully the kills went onto the Volibear and the Ashe, not to the Zeri. If this is a 2-0 Zeri, this lane might already be like in an over position for RLS. But yeah, it's something they got to work on. They got to work on that coordination.
I mean, it feels like they're playing like they still have Fangs in the bot lane, who's I mean, one of Fang's specialties is how good he is in lane. And if you don't have those same lane advantages that you're used to, and you're still going for these type of plays, you can easily get punished. And they're not really sending a lot of support bot side to to mitigate the pressure. I mean, I'm soloing, spent a lot of time down there. Swiftly going for a really smart gank, as good dodge on the side of the charm from Gooncave.
Yeah, they both dodged that just like inches, like pixels dodged. It's a good play from them.
Well, they're
But
trying to make a skinny skill shot.
yeah, that's true. That is true. I mean, they're both skill shots, so it's still a very, very impressive dodge. They've learned very well from Piccolo. If you've ever seen a Dragon Ball abridged.
Oh my god, I cannot believe we're using that reference flash on Tomoxis. Dax is going to get forced away, not going to elect to use the Cataclysm to follow. Even though that could have been a kill on Tomoxis. He doesn't have much to save himself after that.
I don't know why. Of everyone in FOF found, you are the person I would believe the most to have seen that to get that reference.
I've seen every single episode.
It's good. It's really good.
It's really, really good.
Yeah, if you haven't checked it, you guys, Team 4-Star, Dragon Ball Abridged.
While you're there, check out Something Witty Entertainment for their SAO abridged. Really, really good on that part also. And if you really want to get some good laughs in, check out the Helsing abridged, which is probably the best thing that Team 4-Star has ever made.
You want to see something better? Watch this amazing play here from Dax as he's going to get out.
Yeah, R-Force, no flash on the side of him, so is going to die as Jeff God's going to grab the snipe. So another kill onto this Zeri. Free one, just sitting in the jungle. He does have the CS advantage, so has been farming quite well, but really trying to force these plays and just not being able to find his avenues in.
I caster cursed that a bit. I kind of forgot about the volley ult, and yeah, that cost him his life. But that's still, I mean, they got the dragon, but it did cost them 2 ultimates. Granted, Mox's ult is basically on no cooldown because Ashe ult is insanely low cooldown, especially as you start building cooldown reduction onto her. But still, like, the volley ult's down, so that will be moderately useful. It was almost a really good play. Almost really good.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now we're seeing why Shen is always kind of a risky pick. He's just been instantly sitting, hugging his tower, can't really leave. And if you leave for a second, Fiora will take that tower. So it really puts Brock Lee in a really difficult position.
Yeah, he's having a little bit of a rough time today.
First tower dropping on the side of this bot side. Going to be able to get that second Herald shoved in. Not going to land on the tower just yet, as Music Boy is going to have the auto. It's going to get a quick passive proc.
All right, so I think this is going to back off here. Well, this is still going just like last game. Jar is taking, they're getting these little leads. They still have, I think, 100% of objective control right now on neutrals. They haven't given up one this game or this series, and RLS is like struggling in this situation. Still, wait on.
Oh, and there's the trade kill. Gooncave and I'm Soloing gonna trade their lives. How does this happen? It looks like they're both super low before this fight even starts.
Yeah, I want to see what happened here. Well, we're seeing the fight down bottom.
Let's do the camera guy. Come on. There we go.
There we go. Okay, here. So this is what happened. Goon goes in, looking for soloing, hits the chain, and then takes the Ariel. No, he's gonna die. He's like, well, might as well just finish the target. And basically Malphite's ults himself to kill him. Good trade there in the mid lane. At least they're on the board now. RLS is on the board. Soloing, Gooncave is really trying to get something done this game.
Gooncave played team fights very, very well, and the lane's going a lot better for him this time. As Taunt's gonna land, Broccoli, you're gonna need to be in trouble. If Jaffe would have elected to go for that ultimate, that could have been an all-in angle. Now, Fiora is going to go to the Defiant Sunder route. Have you, I've noticed a lot of people have been building Blade of the Ruin King a lot more on Fiora. It is really, really strong in the 1v1. Although it does delay your team which kind of makes it more difficult to clear those waves really. I'm kind of surprised Jaffe's going to go this Divine Sunder route this early on in this specific matchup, since he's going to be hitting towers more than champions, more than likely. Yeah,
I agree. And think of RLS's game plan here. Right now, they're just kind of farming it up. I see what Bean Jar is doing. They're just setting up. They've got Dragon in 2 minutes, so they're just trying to get a little bit of farm to press to the way and pressing the waves in, kind of set them up for a good position. Set Swifty up for a great dive here with that volley ultimate. If they get those minions under here, it could be pretty rough. Though Dax is here to help them out. So
yeah, Dax is super close. This is a really risky dive.
Yeah,
Music Boy and iThrow mutes are really squishy, but if Dax interrupts this at all, it can be dangerous. As Music Boy is going to get slowed up, they're going to see him just now. That Jeff God and Moxus are zoned out. Swifty forced to flash away. So not punished. Really quick reactions on that side. Instantly. As the EQ is going to land. 3-man knockup. Charm is going to be there on the side of Dax. 2 kills grabbed by the side of Music Boy, who's going to be able to dash in with the passive. But I'm Solo is going to be able to get himself out as Jeff God's going to remain alive. Fantastic punish on the side of Dax. But instantly you see that top tower goes as soon as Shen leaves.
Yeah, that was still a really good counter dive from the side of RLS. They knew Bean Jar was coming. They could see the play happening. They like a mile away. Yes, they get Music Boy is forced to flash, but they force so much out of the side of Bean Jar. If we get a chance to see that whole fight again, Dax with the triple knock up, giving 2 kills over to Music Boy, getting him back in the game, actually putting him in the lead. And it was good. Yes, they lose the turret, but they've set themselves up really well. And, you know, Dax just knows. Like, he knows when things are happening. He's really living it up.
Yeah, this is a lethality Jarvan, so put some respect on his name.
So, yeah, just look at this. Look at him just zone Jeff God and Moxus out. They know they can't go in now because Dax is here, because of the potential. Swifty with no flash. And they know that there is no real escape here. They don't expect Dax to go back in. He does pay with his life, but the double kill is just so massive going over to Jinx. Soloing almost paying with his own as well. And RLS finding opportunities to get back into the game. I think that was going to be the play. I really was thinking, okay, this is going to be the moment. If they manage to get some kills out of this, this is where they can maybe get themselves back in. They're still down 5,000 gold. They still don't have position for this dragon, but they have a chance still. There's still a chance for this squad.
It's going to be rough. All ultimates are available. Jaffe's heading back to that top side, so this is a 4v5 to start it off. Now, Swifty in the pit going to be forced to walk away. Dax is going to be the first one to head in. Going to need to avoid the charm. Jeff God finally walking around the corner. This is a full commit on the dragon. As the root is going to land, Charm's going to land, Milla's going to be in big trouble, but I'm Solo is going to get shut down first. Swifty's going to now die in trade. Moxus is dead also, so this is 3 kills already. Jeff God is the only one alive who's trying to do enough damage to survive the fight, but another 4v5, like, it seems like Team Bean Jar does not care about whether or not they're the numbers. They will take any fight.
Yeah, I think that was not the fight to take, or at least as they did. That they dropped the Ash ult onto Milio and then just seemed hesitant to actually like decide, are we going to kill Milio or are we not? And they allow him time to just ult afterwards. So the ult also does as a heal onto it, besides the cleanse component. So he manages to heal, get out. Soloing is the only one who actually really goes for it. So he's just separated from everyone, gets torn to pieces. And then once he's down, the fight's just over. It's 5v3. They just get torn up. And
Jeff God's in trouble. Not close enough to the wall. Unable to get the dash out. And the shutdown goes over to the side of this Jarvan. A bunch of gold. Look at that gold swing. It went from 5,000 to 2,000 just right away. It's going to get even closer after that tower goes down.
Yeah. They're going to take the Herald for it, probably try to drop it mid and try to get some pressure there. But yeah, it's starting to go better for RLS. They're starting to figure out their coordination. Dax, I can already hear it. I can hear the rage pulling him forward. Like, I am not going to lose this game to Jaffe. I refuse. And he's just putting the team on his back right now, making some huge plays on this Jarvan. And 2,000 gold separating these teams. RLS still having an opportunity to bring the series 1-1.
Yeah, gonna need to be careful messing with Jaffe though. He's extremely strong right now. 2 more bodies coming up, but very low damage on these 3. So I wouldn't attempt to take that fight.
Yeah,
Scuttlecraft's gonna go over.
Yeah, damage is pretty low. Yeah, it's a little bit of damage enhancement, but just because of all the fun his kid does, all the healing, all the shielding, all the range enhancement, he doesn't really have much.
He's definitely an enchanter, like a definitional enchanter. Before enchanter started one-shotting people, which did a fix at some point, but it took him a while. Autos coming through on Goon Cave.
You remember when Soraka used to be solo lane? Actually, Enchanters used to be much worse
I
in
mean,
solo
Lulu
and.
used to be a solo laner.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about the Lulu, the dark days of Lulu, the dark times.
She used to win every single top and mid lane, so it was rough.
Lulu defined 2 lanes entire meta by herself. Actually, 3, because I think she also could be at the time support. Lulu was also very strong. So Lulu at one point defined for like 6 months an entire meta.
Literally one of
And
Dyrus's most played champions, by the way.
I
Look it up.
despise it. Despise solo lane Lulu. It's my least favorite support.
Yeah, Riot has tried their best to kill some of these enchanter supports. Now, Soraka is still playable in the mid lane, into particularly weak matchups. Very, very difficult to punish her. As this is going to be a 4-man push onto the mid lane tower. Not a lot of engaged threat right now, as Jinx is slowly walking over, but Ashe is going to be on the available Goon Cave. The stun's going to land on the side of I'm Soloing, but the charm is going to follow up. Another good EQ, but the damage is going to land onto Ahri, so it's going to make sure that I'm Soloing stays alive. But that long-range damage, it seems like RLS has come up with a strategy. They are going to group, they are going to be really quick onto their gauge. It's going to be how much work can this Fiora do when Broccoli leaves the lane? I would not do this, guys. This is going to be real difficult. The riposte hasn't come out just yet. Stun's going to be there. The autos are coming through. Jaffe is going to try to get she's going to try to get the grand challenge down. Unable to hit a bunch of those vitals because Dax very smartly hugged the wall.
Yeah, that was close. Doesn't even have to flash to get out of there. So smart play from Jaffe. They're just really scared of those vital points getting hit. And that was a really close fight from RLS, but the difficulty, even despite Dax's best efforts, like it is difficult to lock down Bean Jar. Like Volibear can ult out, Ahri can ult out, Jeff God can just E out. They've also got flashes. It's really hard to lock down a target on the side of Bean Jar. So they do force them away. They do take that second charge, though, after losing the tower. So that middle tower is going to be in a pretty rough situation. I think Bean Jar is happy with what they got. They didn't lose anybody. They got a turret. They got a second charge. I think they're happy with where they are.
Yeah, these lane allocations are a little weird. Not electing to send that Fiora bottom lane. That does indicate that they're going to try to go for this third dragon very early on. But after what happened last fight, you have to be really considerate about whether or not you're going to have to call Jaffe down and actually have him participate in this 5v5, which is possible. I'm Soloing is already going to lose his ultimate, so that's a big team fight to hold down and will not be up in time before this dragon spawns.
That was a wrong direction rocket. You could tell he was aiming for Soloing, but just actually clicked the wrong direction. So now that's down in this fight. Yes, there's no ult from I'm Soloing, but still pretty healthy right here. And there is no Shen ult this time. So RLS...
There's no way to get down. But do they know? I don't think they know. Yeah, I don't think they know. They're not going to risk it. So they're going to give this dragon over.
2 Cloud Drakes now. This is a very fast team on the side of RLS. They're turning into little Sonic the Hedgehogs right here.
Yeah, really smart on their part. Now that the ultimate is going to be used, Jeff God hasn't dashed away just yet. Is going to flash. Dax taking a bunch of damage. Is not going to die just yet. But now everyone's under tower. Dax is going to give over his life. Trying to go back in. The fight's still on. Charm's going to land onto Goon Cave. Shen ultimate's coming through. Is not going to be able to be stopped by the Fiora. But Broccoli is going to now join the fight, which means that top tier 2 is dead. And the fight is going to continue to go on as they're chasing back. Fiora is going to be forced to back away. Is not going to go for that tier 3, but more gold going into this pocket of this solo laner. When she actually does fight, it's going to be dangerous. As this could just be a Baron startup, and it looks like they're looking for it. They do have the damage, and yep, they're going to go. Full recalls coming out, so this isn't really suspected on the side of RLS, and they're going to very easily just end up giving this over with Dax being dead for so long. And this is an early Baron, 23 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, and it's just RLS biting off more than they can chew. Again, the rocket does reveal what's going on, but no one is in position to follow up. It's going to be a free Baron for Bean Jar, and I felt like RLS could have just taken that mid turret back off towards the Baron and taken it, but they elect to get too aggressive. Once again, the macro, little off, Dax getting a little ahead of it. The rest of the team not there to follow up, isn't able to kill Jeff God, gets really low, and just gets ripped into by Swifty. And once that's down, it's just a full retreat from the side of RLS. They know everyone's low, but they don't have their beefy frontliner. Shen isn't really able to do much, especially between 2 turrets, and they lose the Baron for it. The gold lead is expanding again.
Yeah, the lethality Jarvan is gonna hit the point where it falls off pretty soon. It does not scale as well as the more bruiser route. Dax being forced to walk away from his own jungle.
Oh,
Really quick scuttle back. Is not gonna even get the smite off as Swifty is gonna grab it.
Yeah,
I'm sure that was meant to go overtime soloing.
Yeah, the aggression just stopping. Like the drop of the aggro just made it heal, so Dax wasn't gonna get it. I think they're like, whatever, one of us takes it, doesn't matter who, we just take it away and make sure Dax doesn't get it. Just keep him in a famined spot right now. Don't let him get anything. Draw attention to the top side of the map. You know, this Fiora now on the bottom side here. Therefore, they have to have Good Cave go over there now. They can't even send Brock Lee. He can't handle it, and it's just getting. It's the
meta. Be there. Charm's gonna land onto Dax. Dax is very squishy, forced to flash away. Ash Archman's gonna go wide though. No minion wave yet, so no deaths for the usage of the Ahri ultimate. That's big. As Brock Lee's gonna be walking down, you need to be really careful at the side of Gunkei because Fiora could one-shot you under the tower. It's completely within that range. In this with the items that are completed so far.
Yeah.
It looks like Brock is covering.
This is a very big Fiora. This is the scariest 0-0-0 Fiora I've ever seen. It's just sitting in permanent split push.
I mean, this is Fiora likes to play the game. If she's 0-0, it never has to.
Yeah, and just drawing all this pressure. Like, there's no. Honestly, I know he's struggling with it more, but I feel like Brock Lee needs to be the one matching Fiora because if he's not matching, like he has the way to get to the fight. Sure, Gooncave has the teleport, but Brock Lee has a little bit easier time between teleport and his Stand United. So. I mean, at this point, I don't think it matters. I don't think they're splitting anymore. I think it's just like, let's group, let's break into the base, let's crack it.
I mean, the concern has to be that, like, Fiora could just tank the Shen. Shen doesn't do much damage at this point. And she is level 16, so 2 levels up on both solo laners. So that would be my concern if I was in this game, that she would just tank the Shen and take towers in front of them. But we don't 100% know if Jaffe would want to play that aggressive, as they're going to opt to just give up this inhibitor tower. Waves are far away in the other 2 side lanes, though, so not going to be under that much pressure. And if you're not going to fight for the tower, then you shouldn't go in for the fight. 4-man offense, but Dax is going to die first. The Riposte is going to be there. No autos coming out from Music Boy who's going to be able to save it. Brock Lee forced to walk away. Music Boy trying his best to stay alive. If he dies, the game is going to be over. Brock Lee is going to trade his life for nothing. And this Jeff God looking for the autos is going to get knocked back. Music Boy is going to be able to save his life, but not going to save the game. As a clean 2-0 game sweep for Bean Jar, who is still not here. And the Charm's going to go wide. Good dodge from Music Boy, but the game's over.
Yeah, Bean Jar just looking so coordinated. Their Dax getting a little too big for his britches and goes in. Is a beautiful ultimate, but there's just no. It's so far ahead, no one from the side of RLS can follow up. And once he goes down, once Gooncave goes down, there's just no hope left for the team. I was gonna say Broccoli, and you probably should have gone for the TFT build for the Shen. I don't know if you've played much TFT lately, but Shen carry is
actually pretty good right now.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, there's an unfortunate game from them. Music Boy really stepping up in this one, but still, it just they couldn't match Jaffe, the power of Jaffe's Fiora. Yeah, and I'm soloing as well. Fantastic performance.
And if you're not gonna fight the tower, you should almost never fight the inhib. You just kind of put yourself in a situation where you're not gonna be able to ever win. And you saw what happened. You know, Dax goes in, gets a ton of damage out, but it's just not enough to survive. And as soon as he goes down, Music Boys is so far behind Jeff God, there's no real threat. And a lot of that burst went into Fiora, who healed up after the Grand Challenge went down. So it was really, really rough. Fantastic day of FOF. Raft here is always amazing to have you back. I do appreciate you. And we've had another day. Hopefully the games get a little bit more competitive as we move forward. We have some big series later on, so stick to that FOF website. Make sure you check the schedule because there's tons of great matches coming up.
Yeah, smash that like and subscribe button.
Like, subscribe.